Before we delve into the heart of the matter, let's take a moment to set the stage. Imagine a montage of scenes from the bustling streets of Gaza, a place that is often at the center of global attention. The screen fills with vibrant markets, children playing in narrow alleyways, the ancient stone architecture standing as silent witnesses to history, and the azure Mediterranean Sea lapping against the sandy shoreline. All of this layered with a poignant soundtrack that echoes the resilience and spirit of the people who call this place home. This is not just about politics, strategy, or power. This is about real people, real lives caught in the crossfire of global dynamics. This is the story of Gaza. Now let's begin our journey into the heart of this intricate tale. Welcome to Whiz Wave, your one-stop destination for dissecting the world's most pressing issues. We're not just about the what, but the why, the how, and the what next. Today we are unraveling a topic that has been dominating headlines around the globe: the recent Iran attack on Israel. A seemingly sudden event that has sent shockwaves through the international community. But was it really that unexpected, or were there signs, moves, and strategies leading up to this critical moment? Let's dive deep into this geopolitical chess game and shed some light on its intricate dynamics. Have you ever wondered about the intricate details and timeline leading up to the recent Iran attack on Israel? The political chessboard is often complex and fraught with tension. Unseen moves, hidden strategies, and unexpected attacks shape the course of nations. How did we get here, and where will this path lead? Join us as we unravel the sequence of events and the potential aftermath. To understand the current situation, we need to journey back in time and examine the events leading up to the attack. Our story begins in the early 20th century, when tensions between Iran and Israel were just starting to simmer. The establishment of Israel in 1948 was met with resistance from various Middle Eastern nations, including Iran. However, it was not until the Islamic Revolution of 1979 that the relationship between the two nations took a significant turn for the worse. The revolution in Iran brought about a new regime that was vehemently opposed to Israel. The hostility between the two nations escalated over the years, marked by a series of diplomatic disputes, covert operations, and proxy wars. This included Iran's support for militant groups, such as Hezbollah and Hamas, who have carried out attacks against Israel. Moving forward to the 21st century, Iran's nuclear program became a significant point of contention. Israel, along with the international community, expressed concern over Iran's nuclear ambitions, fearing it could lead to the development of nuclear weapons. Iran, on the other hand, has consistently denied these allegations, stating that its nuclear program is for peaceful purposes only. Fast forward to the past decade, and we see these tensions continue to escalate. In 2018, Israel accused Iran of launching rocket attacks against the Golan Heights, an allegation Iran denied. Then, in 2020, the assassination of Iran's top nuclear scientist, which Iran attributes to Israel, further strained the relationship between the two nations. Finally, we arrive at the present day, with Iran's recent attack on Israel. The attack, which came without any explicit warning, has been described as a significant escalation in the ongoing conflict between the two nations. These events have set the stage for the recent attack, creating a tense and volatile situation. Now that we have a grasp of the events leading up to the attack, let's delve into the day of the attack itself. The sun rose on that fateful day, but the usual tranquility was nowhere to be found. The air was tension, a prelude to the storm that was about to unfold. Iran, fueled by a complex blend of geopolitical ambitions and deep-seated animosities, decided to launch an attack on Israel. As the day progressed, the gravity of the situation became increasingly clear. The attack was not a spur-of-the-moment decision, but rather a calculated move, meticulously planned and executed with a chilling precision. Iran's motivations were multifaceted, ranging from a desire to assert dominance in the region to a deeply rooted resentment towards Israel. The immediate impact on Israel was profound. The echoes of explosions were met with a wave of shock and terror that swept across the nation. Lives were disrupted and a palpable fear hung in the air, a stark reminder of the fragility of peace in a region fraught with conflict. The physical damage was extensive, with infrastructures crippled and many lives tragically cut short. However, The ramifications of the attack extended far beyond the visible destruction. The political landscape was thrust into turmoil, as alliances were tested and rivalries further inflamed. The attack sent shockwaves around the world, triggering a flurry of diplomatic activity as nations scrambled to respond. The international community was left grappling with a crisis that posed serious threats to regional stability and global peace. The attack also served to escalate tensions in the Middle East, an already volatile region marked by long-standing disputes and power struggles. The action by Iran not only threatened Israel, but also challenged the delicate balance of power in the region, raising the specter of a broader conflict. The attack has not only caused physical damage, but also escalated tensions in the region. Following the attack, the world held its breath, awaiting Israel's response. The tension was palpable, the silence deafening. In the face of aggression, Israel's reaction was going to be a defining moment, not just for the nation itself, but for the entire Middle East region. Israel, known for its assertive defense policy, had a tough decision to make. The country had been attacked, and the natural instinct would be to retaliate. But the question on everyone's mind was, how would they respond? Would they choose the path of escalation, potentially causing further harm in Gaza? Or would they opt for diplomatic channels to resolve the conflict? The response from Israel was a mix of both. The government condemned the attack and vowed to protect its citizens, a statement that resonated with the international community. Simultaneously, they began diplomatic talks with Iran, leading to tense negotiations. Israel was walking a tightrope, balancing the need for national security with the desire to prevent unnecessary harm. However, the aftermath of the attack was not confined to political maneuvering. The human cost was immense. The attack had not only inflicted physical damage but also left psychological scars. The fear of retaliation and the uncertainty of the future weighed heavily on the people of Gaza. The international community watched closely as the situation unfolded. Countries around the world expressed their concerns, calling for restraint on both sides. They stressed the importance of dialogue over violence, urging Israel and Iran to find a peaceful resolution to their conflict. In the end, Israel's response to the attack was a testament to its commitment to protect its citizens, while also acknowledging the complexities of the situation. They navigated this tightrope with grace, highlighting the need for diplomacy even in the face of aggression. As we navigate this complex situation, it's clear that the actions of both countries will have lasting implications for the region and beyond. Moving forward from Israel's immediate response, we now turn our attention to the broader global reactions and the potential future implications of this conflict. Countries from across the globe voiced their opinions, with some condemning the attack and others calling for restraint and peaceful resolution. The United Nations, as an international peacekeeping body, urged for calm and diplomacy, while various human rights organizations expressed concern over the escalating tension and potential humanitarian crisis. The world watched in anticipation, as the actions of Israel and Iran were not just their own. They would ripple out, creating waves that could impact the entire global community. Further, the future implications of this conflict cannot be ignored. The possibility of an escalating cycle of violence looms large. Will there be a peaceful resolution, or will this act of aggression lead to a full-blown conflict? As we look to the future, these questions hang in the air, casting a shadow of uncertainty. The choices made by Israel and Iran in the coming days and weeks will not only determine their own futures, but could potentially reshape the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East and beyond. In the midst of this, the resilience and strength of the people affected by this conflict, particularly the citizens of Gaza, stand as a beacon of hope. Amid fear and uncertainty, their spirit remains unbroken. They are the human faces of this conflict, reminding us that at its core, this is a story about people, not just politics. As we navigate this complex situation, it's clear that the actions of both countries will have lasting implications for the region and beyond. This is a critical moment in history, a turning point that could redefine the dynamics of power and peace in the Middle East. The world watches and waits. And then we'll transition to the recap and final thoughts, reminding viewers of the journey we've taken through this complex and unfolding narrative. We'll then sign off with a cool animation, bringing a visually engaging end to this deep dive into a critical global issue. This additional scene will enhance the overall narrative, providing a broader context and exploring the potential future implications of this conflict. Before we recap and share our final thoughts, let's take a moment to truly understand the geographical context of this conflict. We're going to show you a 15-second map animation focusing on the Middle East. Here we see the entire region, with countries labeled for clarity. Notice Iran, located in the eastern part of the region. Now shift your focus to the western side, to the smaller but strategically significant country of Israel. Sandwiched between them is a vast expanse of land and sea, including the war-torn areas of Syria and Iraq. And here lies Gaza, a small strip of land on the eastern coast of the Mediterranean Sea, caught in the crossfire of this escalating conflict. This geographical perspective underscores the complexity of the situation, reminding us that this isn't just a conflict between two nations, but a tangle of interests and alliances that spans across the entire region. We've traveled through a timeline of events, experienced the day of the attack, and pondered on the aftermath. We've journeyed from the build-up of tension to the unfolding drama of the Iran attack on Israel. We've delved into the immediate response from Israel and the subsequent impact on the people of Gaza. Each turn of this narrative has been marked by a complex interplay of politics, emotions, and human lives. As we stand at the crossroads of history, the question remains, will Israel retaliate further? Will the cycle of violence continue? These are not easy questions, nor are there straightforward answers. What we do know is that every action has its consequences, and every choice shapes the path ahead. In the face of such events, it's essential to stay informed and understand the complexities of the situation. Thank you for joining us on this journey.